Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you are in a good condition right now while watching this video. So, let me introduce myself first. My name is Septia Islami, NIM K2219078, and I'm from Universitas 11 Maret. So, on this occasion, I'm going to discuss a really interesting topic that I think can make you guys really curious in discussing about this topic with me. So, the topic that I will discuss with you right now is about women's empowerment. So, in my opinion, the issue of women's empowerment still need more attention. However, the fact that these issues has become a global phenomenon that is still rarely paid attention, and there are still many people who are not aware about this issue. So on this occasion, I will try to discuss this topic more deeply based on my experience. So I have done studying this issue by watching several videos that related to this issue of women's empowerment. So without further ado, let's start this discussion. So firstly, before we talk about this topic, we need to know first what is actually the meaning of women's empowerment. So women's empowerment can be defined as promoting women's sense of self-growth and abilities to determine their own choices and their rights to influence social change for themselves and others. So women's empowerment educates and empowers women who are experiencing homelessness with the skills and confidence necessary to get proper education, to get a job, to maintain a healthy lifestyle, and regain a home for themselves and their children. So after we know about the definition of women's empowerment, the question that you might be curious to know is why is empowering girls and women are important. So empowering women is really essential to the health and social development of families, communities, and countries. So when women are living safe, fulfilled, and productive lives, they can reach their full potential. Contributing their skills to the workforce, it can raise happier and healthier children. They are also able to help full sustainable economies and benefit societies and humans at large. So a key part of this empowerment is through education. So women and girls who are educated can pursue meaningful work and contribute to their country's economies later in life. Then, after we know the importance of women's empowerment, the next step is how can we empower women and girls. So there are many great activities that you can get involved in supporting the rights of women in developing countries. So the first things that you can do is sponsor a girl, and then you can also educate yourself by finding out about issues that affect girls and women, for instance, child marriage or women's education. And then you can also learn what World Vision is doing to make a change. So after I did a deep dive into this issue by watching several videos related to the issue of women's empowerment, all of the videos give me information that there are a lot of issues of women's empowerment in the world, especially in the developing countries, that is still need to be considered. So from all of the videos that I have watched before, there is one story that I thought it was very inspiring and emotional, which is a story about women's empowerment that comes from a girl named Malala Yousafzai. So Malala is an education activist from Pakistan, and she became the youngest person who win a Nobel Peace Prize when she was only 17 years old, because she was not afraid to speak out for girls' education. She tells the world how she tries to fight for her education, but had to risk her life by being shot in her face and shoulder by a member of Taliban when she was only 15 years old. So she was really opposed to the Taliban threats to limit the rights for women in Pakistan to get education. She boldly spoke out about the rights that girls need to go to school and that all the girls are able to be educated, and it is really important for young girls to understand that women and children are not treated the same way in other countries. Some countries can provide a really good quality and facility of education, but other countries still survive for it. The things that is really important from her story is that Malala said that her family, especially her father, has empowered her tremendously. So her father has allowed her to fly high as she can. When most parents in her countries, especially, oppose that women and children to get proper education on the ground of the ancient thoughts that women only need to get married. So truly, this is actually how we want parents to be, to allow their children to fulfill their dreams and to achieve who they want to be in the future. And she thinks that education helps us as a woman to get an identity. It helps us to know our basic human rights, and it is helps us to discover about ourselves, about our talents, about our skills, and how we can help our community and our society. It is very important that we should deliver our message to the right people. So if we always feel shy and scared to deliver our thoughts to others, then these issues will never get highlighted. So it is really important to tell the world, just reminding them about their duties. You're not asking to do something extra, but you're just reminding them that these are their responsibility. They need to listen to the people's voices, and we need them to take action. We want them to do something, and it is really important that we highlight this issue to them. So what I want to emphasize on this issue of women's empowerment is that as social beings, especially as a girls and women, we must be aware that all human beings have the rights to have absolute justice and equality regardless to the gender, skin color, ethnicity, race, or religion. Because basically equality belongs to all living things, and we, especially women and girls, must be aware and open about this issue, and let's start having the courage to fight for our rights too. So that brings me to the end of my presentation about women's empowerment. I hope that you can learn something new from my presentation, and thank you so much for your attention. I truly apologize if I'm making mistake in my presentation. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.